Now, Emma, we're apart but together, if you know what I mean, in that I can't see you, you can't see me. Are you all dolled up?
I made a bit of an effort. I think, like a lot of people, I'm struggling to fit into clothes at the minute. So.
That's from all the eating over the last few weeks, is it?
It definitely is, yes. I did see your picture, though. The tux looks amazing.
I look
Very
smart
nice.
enough, don't I?
Very smart.
You should have seen the look I got from a guard earlier on walking up to the office.
That's it. Like, where would you be going?
Thank you, Emma.
Thank you.
98FM Dublin Talks. Call 6797 981.
And good morning from Adrian Kennedy. What are we all on about? What are we all on about? Well, here at this radio station, 98FM, we are involved in what we're calling Formal Friday, and the hashtag Formal Friday is trending all over Ireland. We're delighted to see. So what is Formal Friday and how can you get involved? Okay, well, let me explain a little bit more to you. Formal Friday is a fundraising event that we are running all day today here at 98FM to support our frontline heroes. Okay, and we want you to get involved in this. And we're going to have a bit of fun. Let me describe how I am dressed today, okay? So, I am dressed in a lovely tuxedo, which has kind of patterns on it. You can see the photograph, by the way, on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Adrian K and Jeremy D. And I've a beautifully crisp white shirt and a lovely bow tie and even lovely patent shoes as well and the black trousers. And so I look very smart. Now, as I said, as I was walking to our office earlier on, a Garda van passed me, and when I say I got weird looks from the Gardaí, that's a bit of an understatement. Okay, so anyhow, and I didn't actually come across any Garda checkpoints this morning, much to my disappointment, because I'd hoped I was going to be questioned. Anyway, today is Formal Friday. So what do we want you to do? It's very simple. We want you, even for a couple of photographs, to go and right now, okay, right this minute, I want you to go and put on your finest gear, whether that's your wedding dress or your wedding suit, or whatever, your nicest dress or your nicest suit, and dress up formally, whether you're working from at home or maybe you're doing homeschooling with the kids, working in your back garden. For example, my own brother-in-law, Sean, sent me a great picture a minute ago. He's wearing his lovely suit. This is his wedding suit. This is the suit he wore when he was best man at my wedding 2 years ago. Okay, and he looks very, very smart. The only thing is, he's actually cutting the grass in his lovely wedding suit. So well done to Sean and Anne for sending that photograph in to me. You look very smart, Sean. Cutting the grass in his lovely formal suit. He really looks the part. So basically, what we want you to do. Oh, sorry, he's actually sent me a video as well of jumping on the trampoline in his lovely suit. I'm only seeing this now, Sean. That's hilarious. This is my brother-in-law who's got a gammy leg, and he's bouncing up and down on the trampoline in the back garden in his lovely suit. That's brilliant, Sean. All right, so, Formal Friday. What we want you to do is to just go and put on your finest gear and send us a photograph to 0877 98 98 98. Okay, it's very simple. Send me a photograph right now to 0877 98 98 98. So like I said, I have a photograph here of my brother-in-law in his lovely wedding suit, cutting the grass and bouncing on the trampoline at the back garden. And we want you to do the same. So if you're working from home, or if you are teaching the kids, maybe you're stuck indoors, put on your finest gear right now, okay? And I think I look very smart today. Put on your finest gear, and then send me a photograph to 0877 98 98 98. So throw on your Deb's dress, or tackle the housework in a wedding suit, or, as I said, exercise out the back garden on the trampoline if you have one, and send me a photograph to 0877 98 98 98. And then we want you to donate a couple of bob. whatever you can afford. And it is really, really easy to do this. You just go to 98fm.com/donate. And let me just give you an idea of some of the organisations that will benefit from this fundraising today. St James Hospital, Feed the Heroes. Cian O'Flaherty, as you will know, over the last few weeks has done amazing work. So well done, Cian. Feed the Heroes, Together with Our Heroes, Mercy Hospital Foundation in Cork, Beaumont Hospital here in Dublin, Cork University Hospital and University Hospital Limerick. These are all on the front line. And we want to raise thousands upon thousands of euro as part of Formal Friday. So if you would like to get involved, please just go put on your finest gear just for a bit of crack. It's going to be great fun. In fact, I'm going to keep this on for the day. And on my way home, I'm going to go into the supermarket to do a bit of shopping, and I'm going to walk around the supermarket wearing this suit. Okay, so that's part of my challenge. And I know I'm going to get really weird looks. Okay, so send me a photograph, please, of the way in which you're dressed up for Formal Friday. Send the photograph to 0877 98 98 98. And then, when you do that, we ask you to donate a £5 or a £10 or 20 quid or whatever you can afford by going to 98fm.com/donate. And that'll bring you straight to the GoFundMe page where we are raising money for our Frontline heroes. So far, around 30,000 euro has been raised. We want to get that up to 100 grand before the end of the day. So please dig into your pocket. And I know money is a bit tight at the moment, but as I said, you've heard all of the organisations that I've mentioned that will benefit. And here in Dublin in particular, we have St James's Hospital Foundation, Cork University Hospital, and much more, including the two children's hospitals here in Dublin, which are, of course, Temple Street and CMRF in Crumlin. And to find out a little bit more, so get your photographs into me right now to 0877 98 98 98. Let's get involved in this just for the crack, and go and put on your finest gear and send me a photograph to 0877 98 98 98. And then donate by going to 98fm.com/donate. Couldn't be simpler. It really couldn't. So let's just find out a little bit more about some organisations that are going to benefit. And one that we all have a special place in our hearts for is our two children's hospitals here in Dublin, Temple Street and Crumlin. And to find out a little bit more, I'm joined on the line by the Chief Executive of Temple Street Foundation and CMRF in Crumlin, and that is Denise Fitzgerald. Denise, good morning to you and welcome to 98FM. Tell me, if you will, firstly, how have our two children's hospitals been hit by the coronavirus?
Well, Adrian, I think it's fair to say that I don't think any hospital in the country has been unaffected by the COVID-19 crisis. We're just seeing a massive change in the way we work and how we operate, and it's had a profound effect on the kids in our care. And just to give you a very simple example, the need to keep our team safe and our staff safe mean we have to have full PPE on many of our staff all the time. When kids come in, they're normally used to seeing us, in our normal clothes. Some of our doctors have funny name badges and different bits and pieces. Now, when they see the doctors and nurses, all our medics, all our teams, they're in full PPE with face masks and everything else, and it's a much different feeling for a child. So if you're 3 years old in the bed and waiting for someone to take your blood, and you see someone come in with the glasses, the face masks, everything, it's very frightening, and it just has a much more profound impact on that warmth and everything that we would normally have with our kids. So it's had a huge impact on us. But we still need to, children are coming up from down the country with brain tumours. They still need to be cared for. They still need to be looked after. So it's had a massive impact on not only our staff internally in terms of the work that they need to do and the impact it has on them, but the kids themselves, and then parents. Only one parent is allowed up with each child. So they're quite isolated then on their own in a little ward. It's just very, very tough for everyone.
Okay, so it is made that what is for some children a scary experience going to hospital to be treated, it has made that experience all the more scary, I suppose.
Yeah, and the one thing I'm so proud of, our play teams across all our sites, they're actually doing these really lovely images, and they're putting it up everywhere. Like stay safe. If you look up, you'll obviously see the rainbow. You're trying to positive messages for the kids and images and pictures for the staff themselves. When you come into work in the morning, it says, thank you for coming in and thank you for helping all the kids in our care. When you're going home, thank you for a great day and stay safe, and trying to keep everybody's spirits up and make it that little bit back, bring that happiness and joy where we can for everyone. So, you've really seen the absolute best in people, and it's a very humbling experience, but it's actually very proud to work for the hospitals.
Now, one of the things about COVID-19 that has been talked about is how it, some people believe that it doesn't have much impact on young people. We know that's not the case, that it can have quite a serious impact on young people, particularly young people that you may see in your hospitals.
That's right. Children with any underlying conditions. It's a really interesting. At some point, there will be a study on it as to why kids don't seem to have been impacted as much as, say, older generations. But we are seeing it, and that's something that it's frightening for everyone. No matter what age you are.
So you've clearly seen cases of COVID-19, and as we said, you're dealing in many cases with particularly vulnerable children. And this is something that we all need to bear in mind, that, despite our belief that it doesn't impact the young, it does.
Yes, it does. Everybody, I don't think anybody has been unaffected by this, Adrian. And kids look to us as parents to reassure them about everything too. They take their guide from us, and we're much in the dark at the moment as everybody. We can't give them reassurance that this is going to end next week, or we can't do that. Like, we have to right now make sure that we we're continuing to show them how to wash their hands properly, making sure they're doing it. I always had the sniff test with my kids, jokingly saying they had to wash their hands. Have you? Let me smell your hands, that kind of thing. But it's trying to just how their actions will have impact on everybody else around the country. So you're trying to reassure them that they're doing the right thing, and giving them messages and talking to them in a positive way that what they do has an impact for everybody else, but they need to look after themselves and stay safe. And it is really frightening when you see the numbers coming out every night from CM, the Chief Medical Officer, and you just want to reassure them that turning off the bad news and trying to reassure them that everything is good, that everybody is doing what they can to keep everyone safe, and that whenever people do get sick, that the doctors and nurses and all the other teams that support them are there to help them get better.
Okay, now, as we mentioned earlier on, today is what we're calling Formal Friday, where we're asking people to dress up in their finest gear and maybe bring out the bins in your wedding dress, or cut the grass wearing a dress suit. I'm sitting here in the radio station wearing my finest dress suit. Only bought it a couple of weeks ago and it hasn't even got an airing yet. So I look very smart if I say so myself. So tell me, Denise, you're already so enthusiastic about this that staff got dressed up yesterday.
Yes, we did a Zoom quiz yesterday in our finery. So I was dressed up in a beautiful full-length dress and fur coat. It was great. And we all dressed up, and a couple of our team members had these beautiful, massive big sombreros and dark glasses as we all sat in our own homes on Zoom and did a table quiz. It was really great fun. So I'm back in my finest this morning, and it's great. Actually, nice. It's nice dressing up.
It is actually a nice feeling, isn't it? Isn't it? I did get a strange look from a Garda this morning as he walked past me, and I'm dressed in my finery. He didn't say anything, but I know he looked crooked at me, because it's a bit strange on the deserted Dublin streets to see somebody in a dress suit. But anyhow, tell me, if you will, because we were mentioning obviously that Temple Street and CMRF in Crumlin will benefit from today's formal Friday fundraising, as will many other frontline hospitals and organisations. Tell me what the extra bit of funding will do for both Temple Street and CMRF in Crumlin.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, Adrian, what it's going to do is we have areas where we urgently need some equipment, some funding. So we're going to be supporting the hospitals where they need it right here and right now. We're going to try and do a little bit more for patient and family support. So trying to help them celebrate their birthdays, and we're doing stories to help them, understand some procedures that they will be doing. We're doing isolation packs up for parents as well. Just simple things like magazines and a little bit of food, trying to just pass a day for them. But it's really about supporting the doctors, the nurses and all the staff and the contract tracing, everything. We're trying to support all of them as best we can. So that's where the money will go where it's needed most, right here and right now.
That's absolutely fantastic. Well, once again, we're asking people to do what they can. Take a photograph of yourselves in formal gear at home. So if you're working at home, it's you sitting at your computer with a dicky bow on, or wearing your lovely dress that you were planning to wear to a wedding over the next couple of weeks, and now maybe you're not going to be able to. Just whip it out of the wardrobe and put it on. Send a photograph to us here at 98FM on WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98, 0877 98 98 98, and then please donate whatever you can afford. And obviously it's important, it's whatever you can afford. We know people's money is a little bit tight at the moment, but if you can donate anything, please, we'd be very, very grateful. I'm delighted that we as a radio station and as an organisation, this organisation that I work for, which owns a number of different radio stations, we're all in this today, and I'm delighted that we can help in even a small way. Denise Fitzgerald, Chief Executive of Temple Street Foundation and CMRF Crumlin, thank you very much indeed for talking to us on 98FM.
Thanks, Adrian, for all your support. I really appreciate it.
Now, that's what it's all about. Okay, that is part of where the money that we raise today is going to go to our two children's hospitals, and lots more besides. Here in Dublin, money will go to St James's Hospital Foundation, Feed the Heroes, Beaumont Hospital, and then around the country we're also supporting Cork University Hospital, Mercy Hospital Foundation in Cork, University Hospital Limerick, and lots more. If you would like to donate even a fiver, as I just said, please head to 98fm.com/donate. 98fm.com/donate. Now, thank you very much indeed. I'm getting some great photographs being sent in to us, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to be talking to some of the people behind those photographs in a couple of minutes. If you would like to get involved, all we want you to do is do something a little bit different. It's Friday. Many of you are working at home. Many of you are currently not working and at home. And we want you to dress up in your finest gear. Okay, as if you were going to a wedding or as if you were going to a lovely night out. We want you to put on your finest gear and then take a photograph of yourself in it and send it to 0877 98 98 98, and then also donate a couple of bob, whatever you can afford. Can I tell you, at this moment, almost €33,000 has been raised for Formal Friday. Okay, so if you would like to get involved, please donate whatever you can afford by going to 98fm.com/donate. Okay, 98fm.com/donate, and that will bring you directly to the GoFundMe page, where you, where you can donate whatever it is you can afford. And like I said, if it's only a £5, if that's all you can afford today, that £5 will make a difference. Okay? So whatever you can afford. I've already donated myself. Did that earlier on today. And yeah, okay. So let me find out. Let me talk to Joe. Joe, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Joe. Firstly, thank you very much indeed for sending us in your photograph.
Very well.
And the photograph is of you cleaning your knockers.
I'm cleaning my knockers in my dress, yeah.
Okay,
I
explain.
have clean knockers for the post.
Okay, this is a photograph of you in your second day wedding dress.
Yeah, well, second wedding dress. I changed out of my wedding dress into that the night of my wedding.
Ah, very good. Okay, so this, it looks pink to me, or is it a kind of an...
It's coral.
It's coral, oh yes,
coral,
okay.
Yeah.
And the photograph is of you in your lovely dress. Still fits you perfectly. How long ago did you get married?
No, 11 years ago.
Really?
So I'm
well,
very,
fair
very
play.
happy with that.
Fair play.
The only time I put it on afterwards, so I'm delighted.
That's brilliant. So 11 years later and it still fits you perfectly. So it's a photograph of you in your lovely coral dress cleaning your front door knocker.
Exactly, yeah. Why not?
It's a great photograph, Steph, and fair play to you getting involved with us. And hopefully you can donate even a £5 towards our cause.
I'm going to donate. I forgot all about it, so when I came down and switched on this morning, my husband was in the shop, so I ran upstairs, put the dress on, and he came back to me wearing that. He was like, what on earth are you doing? So I haven't had time to donate yet, but I 100% am going to do it straight away.
Well, brilliant. Fair play to you. And thanks very much indeed for joining in the fun.
No bother at all.
Good to talk to you, Joe. Thanks very much indeed. That's Joe, and she sent a great photograph in of herself cleaning her knockers on her front door. Well, her singular knocker. Send in your photographs to us right now to 0877 98 98 98. It is Formal Friday here at 98FM, and we're asking you not only to dress up in your finest gear, just do it for the crack, just for the laugh. I'm going to be talking to a lady who is cooking her breakfast in a lovely dress. If you're a bloke, put on your finest suit. I have my lovely dress suit that I only brought a couple of weeks ago, and I was doing a load of gigs. And no sooner had I bought the lovely dress suit than all the gigs were cancelled. But sure, there you go. It'll eventually... Well, it's getting an airing today. And my plan is to do my shopping on the way home from work today and walk around Tesco wearing this. And I know I'm going to get funny looks from people. So keep them coming in. Take a photograph of yourself in your finest gear. Right now, right this minute. And send it to 0877 98 98 98. It is Formal Friday here at 98FM, and we are raising funds for our Frontline heroes. And we want to share we want you to send us photographs, and then we want you to donate. 98fm.com/donate. Steph, I'll be with you in a second if you can hang on there.
The sound of the city from Adamstown to Artane. Dublin Talks. 98FM's Dublin Talks.
And this is Adrian Kennedy with you until midday today. It is Formal Friday here at 98FM, and we know this is a very unusual time for all of us. But we are asking you to dig into your pocket today to try and raise funds for our Frontline heroes. And I have to say thank you very much indeed. All of you are sending in photographs, some brilliant photographs coming in to us. What we're asking you to do, being Formal Friday, and like I said, I'm sitting here in the radio studio on my own, and I am wearing my finest tux, only brand new, and a lovely mauve bow tie. It's a velvet one, and a crisp white shirt, and me shiny shoes, and looking the part. And then what we want you to do is do the same. We want you to dress up in your finest gear and send me a photograph right now to 0877 98 98 98. Paul sent me this WhatsApp voice note.
Hey lads, didn't have formal gear, but I donated anyway. Great cause, well done all.
Good man, Paul. Didn't dress up, but donated anyway. And you can do the same at 98fm.com/donate. 98fm.com/donate. Steph, how are you?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Firstly, Steph, that's a lovely dress.
Thank you very much. I'm really proud that I fit into it.
Oh, go on, tell me about the dress.
I bought it 3 years ago for a wedding, and then
Okay.
I changed my mind because apparently you're not allowed to wear white to a wedding.
Oh, who knew?
I know there's flowers on it.
Yeah.
But I fit into it today, so I'm
Okay, so
delighted.
3 years later, did the dress ever get an outing?
No.
No.
It still has the tags on.
Oh, right, okay. So it still has the tags on. And 3 years later, even after weeks being stuck at home and eating rings around yourself, probably like the rest of us,
Yeah.
it fits you perfectly.
Yeah.
Now,
Now I have to breathe in the beer belly, but other than that, I'll get away with
but
it.
it doesn't look like it at all now. And there's lovely kind of purpley flowers on it, and it fits you perfectly. And the photograph is of you in your lovely dress and your gold and your gold shoes. They look lovely as well.
Yeah, I had to take them off. I cheated a bit.
And there you are cooking the brekkie.
I'm making the fry, and I called my son down. I didn't tell him I was doing it, and I called him down. And he thought his breakfast was ready, and I was standing there, and I said, will you take a picture for me? And he's looking at me like I've something wrong with me.
Really? That's hilarious.
Yeah. But then he said I looked really pretty. So today's going good already. Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic? How old is he?
He's 10.
He's 10, and he came down this morning, and there's Mammy wearing her lovely dress, and he says, you look pretty.
Yeah.
Day made. Thank you very much indeed, Steph. Well done for doing that and getting involved
No
in the
bother.
fun
I
today.
donated as well.
You're very good. Thanks very much indeed.
Have a great day. Cheers.
You too. Thank you, Steph. And she's getting in the fun. Why don't you join us for Formal Friday here at 98FM, where we are raising money for our frontline heroes. All we want you to do is get dressed up in your finest gear. Maybe that dress that you wore to a wedding last year, or maybe that dress that you were meant to be wearing to a wedding next week. And no wedding next week. But the dress is still there. Take it out of the wardrobe and put it on to you right now on take a photograph of it and then send it to us to 0877 98 98 98 and then donate a few bob, whatever you can afford, and send it to 98fm.com/donate, and that will bring you directly to the GoFundMe page where we are raising thousands of euro as we speak. And I can see that the total has just topped 34 grand, which is amazing. Keep it going. This is for our frontline heroes. And I mentioned all of the organisations that will benefit from this fundraising. They include Beaumont Hospital here in Dublin, our two children's hospitals at Temple Street and in Crumlin, and then the Feed the Heroes, which you know has done fantastic work over the last couple of weeks, University Hospital in Limerick, Cork University Hospital, St James's Hospital Foundation here in Dublin, all going to benefit from this Formal Friday fundraising today. And almost 35 grand in money raised so far. So please keep it up. Now, Barry, how are you, Barry?
Not too bad, Adrian. How are you?
Barry, I have to say you look very, very smart in a tux.
Cheers, thank you.
Now, had you used this before? Had you worn it before?
No, we call it a hybrid. It's my shirt, but it's actually my wife's blazer.
Oh, well, you'd never know. You'd get away with that going to an award ceremony.
Yeah. I know. Big commute there this morning across the landing from my bedroom to my son's bedroom. I have my work from home set up here. So
Very good. All right. Well, now make sure you share that photograph with all of your work colleagues and get them involved in Formal Friday.
We all done it as well. We all work for Liberty Insurance, so we had an MS Teams call this morning, and all the guys had their finest wedding suits on as well.
Oh, so. Did they? Really?
Yeah. I can send a picture. Really,
do, please. That sounds amazing. That really sounds amazing. So you all got involved in it?
We did indeed, yeah. So we're just going to pick a charity then. We've another meeting at 1, and then we'll be donating then, so.
That is absolutely brilliant. It really is. Well done, and thank you for getting involved in Formal Friday.
No problem, thank you.
Bye-bye. Pascal, how are you, Pascal?
Not too bad, how are you?
Again, Pascal, looking well. Yeah. Now, you look like a priest with a white bow tie.
No, wait till I tell you the story to that. That was for Strictly Come Dancing 2 or 3 years ago, and you were the person that actually paired me up with the girl.
Really? For which?
Gales.
In which? In Liffey Gales?
Liffey Gale GAA Club
All right,
3 years ago.
That's fantastic. So that was a Kevin Rowe Events fundraiser that we did for Liffey Gales. And so I did the launch night for it, did I?
You did.
Yeah, seeing that photograph now is bringing back memories to me, all right, Pascal?
Yeah.
I have to say. You look really smart now, I have to say. So, well done for getting involved. And Pascal is wearing a lovely tux with a white bow tie. The challenge now, Pascal, is when you're out for your walk today, wear that and see the looks you're going to get.
Okay.
I dare you, okay?
I will.
Good man. Fair play. Thanks very much indeed, Pascal. Keep them coming in. Some great photographs coming in right now to 0877 98 98 98. It's 98 FM's Formal Friday. And here's one I really love. Is this the right number? I think it is. Leanne.
Good morning.
Leanne, I love your photograph. Describe, please, what I'm seeing in this photograph.
So, me and the housemates, needed to tidy up the garden. Mm-hmm. So, how better to do it than in our best frocks? So, myself, Genevieve, and Tallulah frocked up and decided to give the garden a bit of a sweep. I had to cut the grass. Genevieve's kind of relaxing in the background there with her
brush. Yeah, I can see that. Yep.
Yeah,
and you're in this. I have to describe this to our listeners. Okay, you are cutting the grass, wearing a beautiful red dress, and a kind of a throw over your shoulders, and red. Are they elbow length gloves?
They're elbow length gloves. Yeah.
Oh,
and did you see I'm coordinated with my lawnmower as well?
Oh, same colour as the lawnmower. Look at that. Yeah, very,
very important.
That is absolutely and you've got your lovely silver shoes on as well.
Yeah. That was quite an effort to set the timer on the phone and then run to get into position.
Oh, right. Oh, yes, of course. Yeah. To get all of you in the photograph, but you did. So the other two girls are... What are their names?
Tallulah and Genevieve.
And they're all in their lovely frocks as well, and they look the part, I have to say. That's a brilliant photograph, Leanne. So well done, and thanks very much indeed for getting involved in Formal Friday. Your photograph is absolutely amazing, and well done, and thanks very much indeed.
No bother at all. Take care.
Keep them coming in, and we'll come back to this a little bit later on. Great support coming in so far for 98 FM's Formal Friday, and some brilliant photographs. So what we want you to do, this is very, very simple, okay? This couldn't be simpler. What we want you to do is to get dolled up in your finest gear. We're calling today Formal Friday for our Frontline heroes. Get dressed up in your finest gear, and then... do whatever it is you're doing around the house, or maybe you're out for your walk, and take a photograph of yourself in your finest gear. It can be a lovely dress you were meant to wear to that wedding. It can be just looking well. I love the one. Our boss actually sent us a video earlier on, and he looked really smart, and he's given us all a pep talk about getting involved and all of that, and he had his lovely dress suit on, and then when the camera panned down, he was wearing shorts and scuba diving flippers. Well done, Adrian, though. Great video. Keep them coming in to 0877 98 98 98. Now, next on the programme, I will come back to this a little bit later on, by the way, so please do keep sending the photographs in for Formal Friday to 0877 98 98 98. And again, donate, please. Oh, sorry, I have one more call I have to take. Donate, please, to 98fm.com/donate. 98fm.com/donate. So let's take in one last call. Leanne, welcome to 98 FM. Tell me what you've been doing.
I stole my husband's work shirt and tie. He did the tie for me because I don't know how to do one, because he's working at home at the moment on his computer. So I stole his work shirt, and I took a photo of it with my work badge, and I'm going out. I'm a healthcare assistant, so I'm going out to my clients and in my formal wear.
Okay, so what would you normally wear? You're a healthcare worker, so you're out working today. What would you normally be wearing?
A camper keeper's uniform.
Okay, so today you're out in a lovely, and I've seen the photograph, you've got a lovely shirt and tie on, which wouldn't be your normal wear, so you're a little bit more formal than you normally would be.
Yes, certainly.
And I know when you sent the photograph in, you're saying, how will I manage to keep this up for the whole day?
I don't know how people do. I don't know how people in shirts and ties do, because it's quite a... I wouldn't say stuffy, but it's quite warm today, so I'm going to try and manage.
Okay, so you look really smart. And how do you think your clients will react when you arrive in a lovely shirt and tie today?
Well, I'm all covered up now with masks and PPE and the gown and the gloves. So I do have to say my name before they see me, just in case they don't recognise me. So I don't think my shirt will matter much.
Okay, but when the PPE comes off, you're in a lovely shirt and tie and looking the part, I have to say.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well done, Leanne, for getting involved in Formal Friday as we try to raise funds for people like yourself, the frontline workers who are making such a difference here in Ireland as we fight against COVID-19.
Thank you very much. I think everyone's trying to do their part. Even people that are staying at home, they're also doing just as much. So thank you to everyone as well. My hat goes off to all of the frontline workers.
Sorry, there we are. Thank you, Leanne. We'd like you to keep the photographs coming in to 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. Keep your photographs coming in, and please keep donating to 98fm.com/donate. And as I said to you, a lot of organisations going to benefit from this fundraiser, like St James's Hospital here in Dublin, Beaumont Hospital, our two children's hospitals, and then UHL in Limerick, Cork University Hospital, Mercy Hospital, both in Cork. So please get dressed up, send us a lovely photograph of yourself right now, and send it to 0877 98 98 98. Now, next on the programme, and I'll come back to Formal Friday a little bit later on. Next on the programme, this is something that we did last week, and the reaction was just unreal. It was off the charts in terms of the reaction that we got to this next piece. As we all know, with social distancing and cocooning and all of that, it has been very, very difficult for all of us to see our grandparents. And even my own grandmother is living with my uncle down in Kilcool and Wicklow, and I haven't gotten to see her since the middle of March. But we want to give you the opportunity to send a message to your granny or your granddad who may be at home, should be at home cocooning, and you haven't gotten to see them. And obviously you can see them on FaceTime or whatever, but we want to give you the opportunity to say hello to Granny and Grandad on the radio right now. What we want you to do is to record a WhatsApp voice note with a greeting to your Granny and Grandad, or Granny or Grandad, and say, or even your mother if you haven't gotten to see your mother, and send it to us right now to 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. If you would... sorry, if somebody you have to talk to here. What is this? I wasn't expecting this.
Okay, Kennedy.
Oh.
I'll go and take over here. Hi, everybody. It's Luke Dixon here. And I have a very important message for you all. Oh, the mummy and daddies, pay attention. I haven't seen my two grannies in a long time because of COVID-19. They're cocooning. If your kids are the same, we want to help you. Stay quiet, baby sister. I'm on the radio. Working from home is so difficult, especially when there's a baby in the house. Anyway, get your kids to send a WhatsApp voice note saying hello to their granny or granddad and tell them to make them it as cute as possible. Here's the WhatsApp number: 0877 98 98 98. If you didn't hear that, here's the number again.
I don't know the number, Luke.
You do?
And I work for the radio station.
You do know?
Oh, what's the number?
I don't know.
It's 087
7
98 98 98.
98 98 98. By the way, everyone, my daddy has a day off today. I want to say a big hello to Carmel and Margaret.
And who are they?
And my two grannies.
And your grandfather, what's his name?
Tommy. Oh, and hello to my Auntie Mary. She's going mad because the soaps are finishing.
No more Coronation Street, no?
No Coronation Street. Get your WhatsApps in now. See you later, guys.
That is young Luke Dixon with his daddy Jeremy, who's on a day off today. By the way, Jeremy, I still didn't get a photograph of Formal Friday. Send it in to me, please, if you wouldn't mind. Anyway, it is 98 FM. We did this last week and we got a huge reaction to it. We want to give you the opportunity to send a message to your granny or granddad who may be at home cocooning, or to your mammy and daddy who may be at home cocooning, and send the voice note to 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. And as soon as you record it, then you ring granny and granddad or mammy and daddy or whoever it is the message is for, and tell them to turn on 98 FM straight away to hear their shout out. Okay, so give it a go right now. 0877 98 98 98. Send us a WhatsApp voice note to us right now to say hi to your granny and granddad who you haven't seen for ages.
The sound of the city, from Ballybrack to Ballymun. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
And we're here until midday today. We did this last week, and the reaction that we got just blew us away. And this is... okay, it's not the sort of thing we'd normally do on this programme, but this isn't the sort of world we normally live in, so times are different. And as we know, over the last number of weeks, for an awful lot of us, we haven't been able to see our parents, we haven't been able to see our grandparents. And with the new, with the 2 kilometre rule, it's been very difficult to even go around to the house and wave through the front window. So we've been very isolated from our parents and our grandparents, many of whom are cocooning. They're staying at home. They're not going out at all. So we want to give you the opportunity to give a shout out to your mammy or your daddy or your granny or your granddad, and then send it to us by a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. And then ring them straight away and tell them that their name is going to be on 98 FM. Now make sure you mention their name as well so they know it's you. Okay? Send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. Let's kick off with Sophie and Dylan from Rathcoole.
Love you.
Yep. Go say again.
Grandad, love you.
There you go. That's the idea. So record a WhatsApp voice note and send it to 0877 98 98 98. It can be you. It can be the kids recording it. It can be whoever. And then as soon as you record the voice note, send it straight to us. Then ring Granny and Grandad or Mammy and Daddy and let them know their name is going to be on the radio. So this is Lola May Kavanagh.
This is Lola May Kavanagh saying she loves her nanny Chrissy. Say, love you, Nanny Chrissy.
Kitty.
Yeah, this is bringing a tear to a glass eye, it has to be said. This is from Devon, Jordan and Farah.
We miss you, Grandad and Roxy. Love Devon, Geordie and Farah. Can't wait to see you. Bye.
Excellent. Now, once again, what you do... Record a WhatsApp voice note. It can be you, it can be the kids, it can be whoever. And send it to 0877 98 98 98 and then ring them and let them know they're going to be on the radio. Olivia and Noah sent us this WhatsApp voice note.
Hi, Nan, Dad. Love you. I want to come to your house when the yoga time's over. From Olivia and Noah. Hi, Nan, Dad. I want to see you when the virus is over. From Noah. Bye.
Good man, Noah. Fair play to you. Can't wait to see Granny and Granda when the virus is over. Keep them coming in. 0877 98 98 98. Dylan sent me this.
Hi, Nanny. I'm having another lazy day at home with Mummy. I miss you so much. I miss all your hugs and kisses. The treats you gave me. Hope I get to see it really soon. Talk to you later. Love from Dylan.
Ah, Dylan. That was amazing. Well done, Dylan. That was really, really good. That's Dylan's first time on the radio, I'd imagine. Well done, Dylan. You're a superstar. Keep them coming in to 0877 98 98 98. Just record a short WhatsApp voice note and send it to 0877 98 98 98 and then ring Granny and Grandad straight away and tell them that they're going to be on the radio. This is from Tasman, I think in Fuerteventura.
Hi everyone, my name is Tamsin and I'm from Fuerteventura, and I just wanted to say hi to my Nan and Grandad because I really, really, really miss them, and I hope soon I'll be able to see them. And it's my dad's birthday today. Bye.
Bye. Thank you very much indeed. That's Tamsin in Fuerteventura in España. Now, where are we going next? We're going to Sutton, and this from Amelia.
Hi, Edu. I love you for Amelia.
I'm not able. This is from Colum and Izzy.
Big shout out to my nanny, Angela. I miss her loads. From Callum and Izzy.
Lovely, very good. We'll squeeze in one or two more before the break, and we'll take a few more, give you a bit of time to record them. And again, as I said last week, if we don't get to play it, I'm really, really sorry. We will try and get through as many as we possibly can. This is from Lenny, I think.
Hello, this is Lenny, and I love to say hello to my nanny Celia and my nanny Eva and my two granddads. Hello.
Come on. All right, we're going to take a very quick break, but please keep them coming in to 0877 98 98 98. As we know, due to the world that we're living in at the moment, for many kids and parents, by the way, who may not have seen their mum and dad, it's been a difficult time. We haven't got to see them. And obviously you can do FaceTime and all of that, but it's not the same as meeting them and having a hug and all that. But we want you to give you the opportunity to do a shout out for them right now on the radio on 98FM. And then as soon as you record the voice note, ring them and tell them it's going to be on the radio. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to get a few more into us. So once again, you record a WhatsApp voice note and then send it to 0877 98 98 98. One more just before the break. This is Pippa, Phoebe and Penny from Kells in County Meath.
Hi, it's Pippa, Phoebe and Penny from Kells, and I just want to say we miss our Nana loads, and we hope we get to see you soon. We love you, Nana Lizzie.
Quick break. We'll take more straight after the break. It's 11 o'clock across Dublin. Good morning. This is Adrian Kennedy. This is 98FM's Dublin Talks on Formal Friday. And this is Emma with Friday's top headlines.
Thanks, Adrian. Good morning. The Health Minister says people are beginning to stretch the public health advice to stay at home. It comes amid evidence of more people moving around and flouting the restrictions. Gardaí are being asked to put extra resources into a West Dublin community after an upsurge in violence in the last week. Last night, shots were fired at a house at Oranmore Road in Ballyfermot. It followed a separate shooting, burglaries and a hoax pipe bomb being discovered in the area in recent days. The number of deaths from COVID-19 across the world has passed 190,000. More than 2.7 million cases of the disease have also been reported, according to Johns Hopkins University. And if you're stuck for something to do during the lockdown, Dublin City Council is encouraging people to learn about the history just outside their door. Live Facebook talks on street names and places, podcasts from historians and illustrated videos about O'Connell Street's statues are all available as part of the History on Your Doorstep programme. And now you're up to date on 98.
98 FM's Dublin Talks. Call 6797 981.
And good morning from Adrian Kennedy on Formal Friday. By the way, keep your photographs coming in to us, please, for Formal Friday. I'm going to take some more calls on the air a little bit later on. Formal Friday is where we're asking you to dress up in your finest gear to support our frontline workers. All we want you to do is take a photograph of yourself wearing your finest gear. So, for example, here today, I'm wearing a dress suit that hasn't seen the light of day. Only bought it a few weeks ago, and I feel very smart today, actually. I think I'll come into work like this every day. Anyway, we want you to dress up in your finest gear. This is easy and it's fun, and it's all to raise money for our frontline workers. Throw on your old Deb's dress, tackle the housework in your wedding suit, exercise out in the back garden in your fanciest going out look. And don't forget to share your photographs as well on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram using the hashtag Formal Friday. And we want you to donate. Even a $5, I don't care how much it is, as long as you donate something. You go to 98fm.com/donate, and we're raising money to support our frontline heroes. So just to give you an example of where some of the money is going to go, it will go here in Dublin to St James's Hospital Foundation, Beaumont Hospital, together with our heroes who support frontline staff, patients and families at Temple Street, Crumlin and Connolly Hospitals, and lots more. Okay, that's what we're doing. And just to give you an idea of how this is going, we want to raise thousands of euro, and just to give you an idea, almost 40 grand raised already, which we're very proud of. So please keep the donations coming in. You simply go to 98fm.com/donate. 98fm.com/donate. And as I said, keep the photographs coming in to us because I'm really enjoying seeing them. You send them in to 0877 98 98 98, and we'll take some more calls a little bit later on for Formal Friday. But in the meantime, we are being absolutely swamped. I mean swamped with messages to say hello to your grandparents or your parents that you haven't seen for ages. We don't normally do stuff like this on this programme, but we aren't in normal times. So, this is from Ryan.
Hey, Nan, it's Ryan. Nan, I hope soon that we can have dinner at our house every once in a while. And I hope that nothing bad happens to any of us. Love you, Nan.
Good man, Ryan. Well done. 0877 98 98 98 is where you send your WhatsApp to. 0877 98 98 98. This is Amy and Hannah.
This is from Amy and Hannah. We miss you so much and love you. I can't wait to give you squeezy hugs. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye. Megan says hi to her Nana, but has some advice for you as well.
Hi everybody. My name is Megan, and I want to say a big hello to my nanny and granddad, and their names are Nana and John. I call them Nana and John, and I just want to say a big hello to them. And I hope they're well, and I hope everyone stays safe. Remember, wash your hands. Bye.
Well done, Megan. And you're dead right. Keep washing. We can't forget that advice. That is the number one advice that we've been given. Constantly wash your hands. Well done, Megan. Dakota and Zachary.
Hi, Nanny Val and Grandad John. I miss you. Nanny Val, Grandad John, we'll come back when the coronavirus is gone. Miss you.
I love it. And don't forget, if you're sending in a WhatsApp voice note, ring Granny and Grandad and let them know that they're going to be on the radio. This is from Lennox and Mia.
Hello, everyone. I would like to speak to my nanny and granddad, Finnegan, and
Nanny Sheila.
And
who are you?
And I'm Lennox.
And we missed them very much.
Thank
you.
Lots of love by Lennox and Mia.
Very good. Thank you very much indeed. This is Amelie, is it? Who's aged just 3.
Nana, I love you.
So louder, say hi, Nana and Grandad.
Hi, Nana and Grandad.
Love you.
Love you.
From Amelie. Age 3.
How cute is that? Okay. This is from Ethan.
Hi, my name is Ethan. I love to do the belly flops on my granddad's head and I like my granny's dinners. And bye.
I just love this. Caitlin and Chloe sent us in this message.
Alina and Mick and Angela and Martin. I just think you are lovely because I love Nan and Sue. Love you. See you soon.
Very good. Thank you very much indeed. Now, where am I going? This is from Annie.
Hi, everybody. My name's Annie. And I miss Nana and Grandma and Granny Annie.
Thank you very much indeed. This is from Freya, who is in Sweden.
Hi, Nana. It's Freya. I miss you so much.
Thank you, Freya. Isabella?
Hi, Nana and Grandad. We miss you so much and can't wait to get to Dublin again to see you. Love you all so much. From Isabella, Mammy said she loves you.
Very good. Megan and Sarah.
A big hello to our nanny and granddad, Rosie and Dottie in Dublin, from your grandchildren, Megan and Sarah. And also a big hello from your great-grandson, Cody, in Portlaoise. We love you and miss you loads.
Okay, and then one last one. And again, my apologies to you if we didn't manage to get to yours. Again, this week we were absolutely swamped. So let me just... Sorry, 2 more just to play. This is Paddy and Mia.
I miss you, Nanny and Grandad Fox.
Oh, nice and short and to the point. And Belle and Jack.
Hello, Nanny and Grandad. I love you, Nanny, Grandad. Nanny, Grandad. I miss you very much. Love, Jack.
Thank you very much indeed, Jack. And thank you all of you for your messages. As I said, if we didn't get to yours... Oh, sorry, I have one more to play. One more. Is that it now, lads? Okay, this is the last one from Cynthia.
Hi, Nana. Hi, Grandad. Hi, Nanny Pauline. Hi, Granddad. Hi, Grandad Liam. I hope you're staying at home safe. Hi, Cynthia. I hope you're feeling better soon and love you. Bye.
Well done, Cynthia. Thank you very much indeed. And like I said, if I didn't get to yours, I sincerely apologise. But we were absolutely swamped. This is 98 FM.
The sound of the city from Lucan to Lusk. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
And by the way, we will come back to Formal Friday a little bit later on. Keep your photographs coming in to us. Really, I'm chuffed with the amount of photographs we're getting in. From all of you sharing with us your the way in which you're dressed up today for Formal Friday. And lots of you getting involved in this, all to raise much needed funds for our Frontline heroes. I'll explain more a little bit later on, but simply, I just want you to dress up in your finest gear. okay, right now, then take a photograph and send it to 0877 98 98 98, and we'll take some more calls of people getting involved in Formal Friday a little bit later on. But next on the programme, I want to deal with a slightly more serious issue for a couple of minutes. And that is the announcement yesterday by Education Minister Joe McHugh, who confirmed that the revised date for the Leaving Cert exams is now set in stone as Wednesday the 29th of July. Wednesday the 29th of July. Under normal circumstances, you would be probably on your summer holidays away at the 29th of July with the exams well behind you. But no, unfortunately, due to everything that's going on, it has been pushed way back. So the Leaving Cert exams have been penciled in for the 29th of July. The full timetable is due to be published in the first week of June. And my question to you is this now good news? We now at least have a date, something to aim towards. Schools have been off since mid-March with no sign of them reopening anytime soon. Will students be able to prepare in advance of these exams? Are you doing your exams? And how do you feel about the date confirmation? Some still arguing that this year's exams should be postponed, but this could cause major issues for people who've applied, for example, for college places in the UK. Some 4,000 students have applied for college places in the UK. And obviously it has issues for getting into college here in Ireland as well. So I would like to hear from you on 6797 981. Text, WhatsApp, or send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. So the date has now finally been set by the Minister for Education, Joe McHugh, of Wednesday, the 29th of July, as being the first day that of the Leaving Cert exams. The full timetable is due to be published in the first week of June, but we now have a date. So how does that impact on you? If you're a student, how does it impact on you? If you're a parent of a student, tell me about how you feel about that date. Or maybe you're one of the many who thinks the whole thing should have just been scrapped this year. Is that practical, though? Call me now on 6797 981. Carol, you're on 98 FM. Hiya, Carol.
Hiya. I'm just saying, I don't think it's practical for it to go ahead. Obviously, the kids have done their work, but listening to Simon or Stephen or whatever, Harris and all that kind of stuff is, you can't social distance in the schools. And I know the kids, certain kids have put their time in and have done their work like that, but safety comes first.
So do you not believe that an exam hall can be set up in such a way that all of the students are 2 metres apart?
No, I don't.
Why not? Bearing in mind that for these exams, there will be no junior cert students, so that's less of an amount actually sitting exams. Do you not believe that each school has the ability to find enough space around the whole school?
No, I don't know. Honestly, I don't. And if you think about it, so what they're going to do, like you get 10 kids in to begin with, and then they walk out and hand the paper over to someone else.
It all has to be done at the same time, obviously.
Yeah, well, you see, this is the thing. Is it going to be done at the same time? Look, I really feel sorry for any student in 6th class or 6th year, because they've put the work in, they've done it, but at the end of the day, this is like, I'm sitting in a room, kids are sitting in rooms. This is just, unfortunately, something that has to be done. I don't think it should go ahead at all.
But aren't there very serious implications of it not going ahead? As we said, for example, 4,000 students have applied for college places in the UK. What happened to them if they don't have their exams and their points?
Right, but what about if there's 4,000 kids that go ahead that didn't jack shit and they go and get 100% in their Leaving Cert because someone says, at least they turned up?
Okay, so your main concern is on health grounds, that you don't believe it's possible to have these exams.
I have a 17-year-old, so I'm not actually talking and he's working his ass off to finish 5th year and go into 6th year and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to have him, and this thing of going back to school 1 day a week for 2 hours and then it's going to be sprayed down, and no, this has to be finished. We're all doing isolation. We're all doing
but the one thing that I would say to you, Carol, is the date as announced is the 29th of July, okay? Mm-hmm. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm just counting, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks away.
Yeah.
But we know that as a country, we're slowly but surely getting on top of this virus, that the community spread of the virus is decreasing and all of that. So we will, in theory, be in a much safer place by the end of July.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully we will. But at the end of the day, the kids have to come first. I do understand with kids applying to England and stuff like that and other colleges, but we have to just put safety first.
Okay, sorry, I calculated.
That's just my opinion.
I actually calculated that wrong. It's 13 and a half weeks away. So it's a fair bit into the future. And you would like to think that by the end of July we know we won't have eradicated this virus, but we'll be in a much safer place in this country.
Would you be happy with your kids walking in?
It's not the 29th of July yet, so I can't say because I don't know where we're going to be. I mean, a month ago I didn't know we were going to be where we are today, and in 13 and a half weeks' time, who knows where we're going to be?
Yeah, I get that. I totally understand that, but at the end of the day, everybody in Ireland, well, the majority of people have put themselves into self-isolation, have done just going out to get their shopping or even getting their shopping in. You're going to turn around and say that all schools are going to be clean, etc., for the kids to walk in and do their leaving cert?
I would like to think that in 13 and a half weeks' time we will be in a much safer place as a country.
No, I don't believe so.
All right, Carol, stay there for 1 second. 6797 981. You can text, WhatsApp, or send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. The Leaving Cert date was formally announced yesterday by the Education Minister, Joe McHugh, and he has set the beginning date as Wednesday, the 29th of July. He says the full timetable will be published in the first week of June. And we're asking, how do you feel about that? Carol is saying, this just shouldn't happen. This just shouldn't go ahead. Ciara, you are a Leaving Cert student yourself.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
And you had plans for the summer, which included learning to drive and all of that, and taking up a summer job. So
it wasn't a summer job. I actually have a part-time job in a really busy restaurant in Dublin City. So it will be carrying on that job in the summer. Is usually actually the busiest period in it. So it's a bit of a loss out on the experience of meeting new people and work and stuff. But yeah, I had goals to learn to drive by the end of July. I wanted to complete my theory tests. And then to learn to proceed to learn to drive and to save money because my college is in Galway.
Oh, right, okay.
Or to go or Sligo and whichever I get the points for.
Okay, so with that in mind then, you need to get your points in order to know where you stand for getting your college place.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you heard the date of finally being set for Wednesday, the 29th of July, which, like I said, by my calculations is 13 and a half weeks away, how do you feel about that?
I think that it's probably the best decision in this situation, but also there's no guarantee. And that's the one thing, there is no guarantee that it will go ahead. And that's the most worrying thing, I think, for most Leaving Cert students, is that they're putting all the work in and they're stressing themselves out and they're keeping on top of things. And even the kids that aren't keeping on top of things, they're stressing that they're not keeping on top of them. You know, it's a continual stress and it's been elongated. And the worst case scenario would be if it was for nothing.
And I think that's...
And is that what your main worry is? That you could put all of this work in over the next 13 and a half weeks, only to be told at that point, oh, sorry, we can't go ahead with this?
Yeah, I do. I think that's why a lot of people are looking at particular grades so strongly, because if that was the decision, it would be the only definite decision. So I think...
Okay, but obviously we're all trying to be as optimistic as we can about this virus and about this country, starting to reopen and get back to some sort of normality. And being optimistic, I would like to think that I know Carol was saying she doesn't believe it will be the case, but I would like to think that in 13 and a half weeks from now, we will be in a much better position.
Ideally, yeah. And that's why I understand the situation and the decision that he made. Like the Minister for Education, I understand the idea behind it. And in an ideal world where things will go back to normal, yeah, it will be good. And in an optimist world, it will be good. But I just don't think that there's enough clarification on the practical stuff regarding the Leaving Cert. Like the kids that need the SMAs, the readers, the art projects. Like we've got 2 weeks and we're not allowed to complete the artwork. You know, like...
Okay, but the other option, and this was the option that Carol was suggesting, is we just scrap it this year. That's not really practical either, because of the implications of you not having your points to get into college.
Yeah, no, I don't agree that we should scrap it altogether. But also, having the Leaving Cert solely is going to put the examiners and the people correcting exams under immense pressure to have them done
very
in
quickly.
Time for the CEO release points, or the points release. So it's...
I mean, I know for some...
It's going to put pressure on the colleges. Like.
Yeah, I know for some students, the Leaving Cert doesn't matter to them because of what they've planned, and it doesn't involve having points or whatever. They might be planning to go straight to a trade or whatever. But for many, it does. And it would strike me that you said, what, your choices are Galway or Sligo? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you need to know how you did in that exam in order to get that place.
Yeah. Now, if things go well, if I do get the course I want, I intend to defer for a year now, because it's just not the right time, and it was kind of on my mind anyway to defer for the year. But not many other students are lucky enough. I know a lot of students are looking to go abroad for the college courses, and they need some sort of clarification. And if it comes to like the 20th of July, 15th of July, and we can't sit the exams, it's too late to then decide, what are we going to do? Predict the grades? It's too late to try to pull a system like that together. So the uncertainty and the non-clarification surrounding it is just too much for the students to have a lot.
And let me ask you about your school, because I just got a message here a second ago, and it said, in my old school there was 20 classrooms. The children could be separated into different classrooms and the hall and so on, easily 2 metres apart. 13 and a half weeks away is a long time, and I hope we're all in a better position by then. Do you believe in your school that students could be socially distanced and do the exam?
My school is small enough, but I think that for the duration of the actual exam, it will be possible. But when it comes to coming into school and the buses into school and...
Oh, that's a different matter, yeah. Okay, but for the actual exams themselves, it could be possible to have you all socially distanced?
It'll be tight enough, but it could be possible. It's a small enough school now. So it's an old school, so it'd be difficult, but it's a possibility it could happen.
All right. Best of luck. Best of luck over the next 13 and a half weeks, Ciara.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. 6797 981 is our telephone number. Text, WhatsApp, or send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. Darren sent me this message.
Good morning, lads. Listen, all you have to do is get all the kids to go into different classrooms, and all you have to get is extra people to come in and monitor them in each classroom. There's plenty of room in all classes and all schools out there for the Leaving Cert. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, it does strike me that you would have to have, and this is maybe part of the overall plan, you would have to have extra invigilators who are monitoring the exams as they are taking place. And if you had them split up into classrooms and not just the hall, then you would need more people to do that. Tom works with the Department of Education.
If kids were being put first, as the lady before suggested, the education system would be put second, so kids would be spoken with. They'd be asked what suits them, or an alternative arrangement would be put in place. Instead, we have a system going first, as usual, and coming from a worker within it. So, system rules as usual.
All right, Tom, thank you very much indeed. We'll take a quick break. Tracy and Caitlin, I'll take your calls after the break, and I would like to hear from you on 6797 981. Text, WhatsApp, or send a WhatsApp voice note to 0877 98 98 98. We're talking about the fact that the Minister for Education, Joe McHugh, finally put a date on the start of the Leaving Cert exams. It is 13 and a half weeks away from now, on Wednesday the 29th of July, and we're asking how you feel about that. More calls straight after the break.
The sound of the city, from Clondalkin to Clontarf. This is 98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
In a couple of minutes, I'm going to be coming back to talk about Formal Friday and talk to more of you. Sent in some amazing photographs over the last while of getting dolled up for Formal Friday. I'll explain exactly what this is all about again in a couple of minutes if you've just joined us. This is a major fundraising event that we here at 98FM are involved in today. And just to let you know, over €43,000 been raised so far for our Frontline heroes, which is amazing. We'll come back to it in a couple of minutes. We're asking you just to get dressed up. And take a photograph of yourself doing the weirdest, strangest things, whether it's cooking the breakfast at home, cutting the grass outside, or just going for a walk and getting looks from people. Dress up in your finest gear and send us a photograph to 0877 98 98 98, and we'll talk to some more of you in a while about what you're doing for Formal Friday. But over 43 grand raised so far, which is amazing. Thank you very much indeed to all of you for getting involved in this. Now, we're talking about the Leaving Cert, and the date was formally announced yesterday by the Minister for Education, Joe McHugh. The exams will begin not at the start of June, where everyone was expecting, but nearly 2 months later, on Wednesday, the 29th of July. It's 13 and a half weeks from now. And Tracy, your daughter is doing the Leaving Cert.
Yep.
And you think that this actually gives them time to be more prepared than ever?
Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted that there's now a date and they can get their heads down. Now, she's been working quite hard anyway, because she knows the course that she wants, and she does have dyslexia, so she has to work a little bit harder. But her school has been phenomenal in keeping them on top of things, in my opinion. Now, there's some mammies that don't agree with me, but I think they've been absolutely excellent. So I'm delighted now that she has a date. She's put the work in, and hopefully she'll get the results.
Now, you heard one mammy on there a couple of minutes ago, and her concern is on health grounds. She isn't that confident that by 13 and a half weeks from now, we're going to be any better than we are now.
Oh, God, I'd hate to think that. That's very pessimistic.
It is a little bit. I mean, I have to say I'm a lot more optimistic than that.
Yeah, same here. And even your man, Tom, that left you the voicemail, he's very pessimistic for someone who works on the Board of Education.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, no, I think... it might be different for my little one because it's a relatively new skill, so it's quite large, so there's lots and lots of room for them. That's not
okay, so it would be very easy for them to have all the students from 6th year socially distanced and away from each other doing the exam.
Yeah, absolutely. And as well as that, I don't know if it's because we're in a disadvantaged area, but there has been a huge amount of free...
Oh, sorry, we lost you there for a second, Tracy. Go on, say that again.
I said I don't know if it's because we're classed as a disadvantaged area, but she has got a huge amount of free resources online that she's been sent links for through her school. For example, Jumper Grade are giving them a 12-week basic free grinds, which is normally 500 English, Irish and maths for the next 12
Really? That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. Yeah. Okay, so that's the point you're making, that with stuff like that over the next couple of weeks they have more Well, they've an extra 2 months, really. Then
and they've no one to distract them. If they put their head, like my daughter's a messer, and I know she is. But when she puts her head down, she's really, really good. She doesn't test very well, in fairness. So if they had have went on the mock results, that wouldn't have been great. But in these last few weeks, with the grinds and with the amount of free exam papers online, there's a huge improvement, I think, in her and the results that she may get for her Leaving Cert.
Okay, so the concern that some have that without schooling over the last couple of weeks, some students are struggling with this. You believe that head down over the next 13 and a half weeks and you could actually do better than you had originally anticipated?
Absolutely. And like I said, there's so many free exams. Test doesn't really change. Obviously the questions change, but the format doesn't really change. So what's to stop them doing 14 weeks of exam papers? They're definitely going to give themselves a bit of a dig out that way. Now there's other parents. I had a conversation with someone on Facebook yesterday, and she was saying, oh well, that's it now, my child's going to fail their Leaving Cert because the schools aren't bothered. I don't think that's true. I think our school is forthcoming anyway, and they text every week and they send workloads out. But I think if you wanted to ask for %.
I'm sorry, we've lost you again there, Tracy. Let me read out this message. Adrian, Leaving Cert examiners have not been advised of the intended Leaving Cert date or whether it will go ahead at all. Well, the Minister did announce the actual date yesterday of Wednesday, the 29th of July. Furthermore, correcting the exams is normally a rush during the month of July. With the new proposed date of the end of July, there will be a big rush to correct the exams in August. Students, therefore, won't be able to start in college until October. As an examiner, I would have concerns over the accuracy of the mark given to students if us examiners are going to be placed under serious pressure to have the exams corrected as soon as possible. And that's from John. Caitlin, you're on 98FM. Hiya, Caitlin.
Hiya, yeah.
You're a Leaving Cert student as well?
I am indeed, and I have to say I totally agree with Tracy there. We've gotten an extra 2 months. Our orals have been given 100% to us. That's 20% for nearly every student in the country.
On languages and music as well, isn't that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
There's a few other things that need to be addressed, for example, like art projects and history and geography write-ups and homework write-ups, but I genuinely was delighted, I have to say. I'm after going through 13 to 14 years of skill. I don't want to throw it all away for it to be cancelled. Yeah,
no, I have to say, I do. This idea of cancelling it and basing it on mock results and all of that, I think is ridiculous because, you know, some students don't take the mocks as seriously as the Leaving Cert, so to judge them based on that, I think is a little bit unfair. I do, and I've always felt for the last couple of weeks, I've felt that the exam has to go ahead. It has to happen come hell or high water, and the government have said that all along. So now that you have a start date of the 29th of July, your point is, Caitlin, that you now have a focus.
Yeah, exactly, and you can't realistically give 50 to 60,000 kids their first choice in college. It's not possible.
No.
And especially for people that want big courses as well. It's definitely the best decision that they've made, and the government are under a lot of pressure, so they're taking it day by day, like the rest of the country.
Absolutely.
The rest of the
and let me ask you then, Caitlin, we don't know where we're going to be in 13 and a half weeks. Let us hope in a much better position than we are now in terms of this virus and the way the country is operating. If social distancing has to be in place for the exams, would your school be able to do it?
Definitely. There's over 45 classrooms in our school with extra 2 halls and a gym and stuff, so we would definitely be okay to do it.
Okay.
I have to say my school has been great towards us, keeping us motivated and trying to keep us positive and stuff. But
very good. And what is your school? Give them a shout out, seeing as you're saying nice things.
St. Louis High School in Rathmines in Dublin 6.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I know it well. That's fantastic. So well done. And okay, so having a date is finally a focus for you to work towards. And like you said, you've nearly an extra 2 months of study time. And the point being, if you make the most of it, you could actually do better than you originally thought you would.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I know some students are going mad because summer's over and things are cancelled, and a lot of things are cancelled, but...
Sure, they're cancelled for all of us.
Global pandemic.
Yeah, they're cancelled for all of us. All of us, any holidays we had planned, all gone out the window, so at least you're going to have something to do come the 31st or the 29th of July. All right, great to talk to you, Caitlin, and the best of luck with the studies.
Thank you.
Thanks very much indeed. And let me just bring in one last call, and that is Sorka.
Hi.
Sorka, you're very happy about this.
I am elated. I am just beyond belief. My daughter at the moment is upstairs right now, and in 3 minutes exactly she's getting ready to do a biology class online with her teacher and the rest of her class.
Fantastic.
She is over the moon. Now, she is a bit nervous about things. She did ask a couple of the teachers about, I know it sounds very flippant, about their graduation. And the teachers have said they can't even plan or think about planning the graduation until January or February. So I did have to say to her, look, love, if that's the least of your worries, you have a date. Keep going for it. You know, she's over the moon in regards of 29th. It's brilliant. They have a focus now. And her school has been immense in regards of online classes. You know,
and let's give that school a shout out as well. What school is that?
I can't thank them enough. It's Maryfield College on the Glandore Road.
Fantastic, very good.
So she's elated with herself. She now has pride of place of her exam number on the wall. She's ready to go for this. As she said.
And do you think that extra 2 months could help some students?
Okay, I think it's going to help some students in regards of maybe for a week or two they were stressed and they didn't put their mind down to things the way they wanted. If you didn't do a lot in the past 12 months, I don't think 12 weeks is going to really make up for it. You are going to have a lot of parents who, if their child does fail the exam, or if the child fails it, they're going to say, well, it's all because of COVID-19, that's why I failed it. There's going to be people that are going to blame COVID-19 on everything. I think this is a very positive factor for us all. And I think it's going to give them a bit more being able to focus with the online classes with our teachers and being able to talk to them, tweak a few bits and pieces. Yeah, I think it's a really positive thing. I think, the extra few weeks will help them out for not so much education-wise, but mentally focus them.
And again, will that school be able to socially distance students for the exam, do you think?
It's a big school, yeah. They have a lot of empty classrooms at the moment, so yeah, they would have the space to do it. They have big grounds as well. Actually, just a silly thing I was thinking, schools that have grounds around them, could they not put up, or even like my daughter's school, you know, those big
marquees or something?
Them sort of things that, like, just say even schools that have ground space, the school mightn't be that big, that they put them up in the grounds, they could facilitate extra.
And that would be fantastic if we had the weather that we're having at the moment, but imagine planning all that and then we have some sort of a storm or something during the exams.
I think there's going to be a lot of uncertainty over everything, to be honest. But I do feel this is such a positive thing. I mean, for not just my daughter, for all Leaving Cert students that were psyched up for 2 years. This was the aim of the game, to get the exams and say you completed your education.
Absolutely. All right, Sorka, thank you very much indeed. And one last call. Cecilia, you're on 98FM. Hi, Cecilia.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Cecilia. You basically say we need the exams. The exams have to happen.
Well, I think so. I've worked in a college in Tala there for very many years, loading 65,000 CAO results. If they don't set their exams, what's going to happen to the colleges for their new first-year students?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we can't have no first years in college next year. It's just...
Well, that's what it'll be if they don't set their exams somehow or other.
Yes, it has to happen. And the government did say at the start of all of this that come hell or high water, there will be exams. However they get to do it, they will do them. But having a date now of the 29th of July is a good thing, isn't it?
It is, but I can't see it happening.
Why?
Well, they're going to have to corral them in a field or something.
Well, we've just heard. Yeah, but they're not. 65,000 don't sit the exam in the same place. They sit it in their school.
Altogether, that's what we would load at a time.
Yes. But from
all over the country.
Yeah, but from all of the calls that I've had so far, everyone is saying that their school would be capable of keeping them socially distanced for the exams. And bear in mind, like I said, there are no junior certers this year.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
So that does leave extra space.
But are they going to get the teachers in to supervise them?
The teachers have already agreed that they will.
No, well then I think it should definitely go ahead.
All right, Cecilia, thank you very much indeed for your call. And thank you for all of your calls. You're listening to 98FM's Dublin Talks. And for those of you studying over the next couple of weeks, I wish you the very best of luck. You do have an extra 2 months. And in theory, you should be able to capitalise on it. All right. Now, after the break, I want to come back and talk to you about Formal Friday here on 98FM, where we're trying to raise much needed funds to support our frontline heroes. And we are involved in a thing called Formal Friday. I want you to dress up in your finest gear and send me a photograph right now to 0877 98 98 98. We'll talk about Formal Friday straight after the break. Don't go away.
The sound of the city from Balbriggan to Blanchardstown. This is 98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
I'll get used to that eventually. Sorry, this is Adrian Kennedy. It is Formal Friday here at 98FM for our frontline heroes. And what we're asking you to do throughout the day today here at 98FM is to get dressed up in your finest gear. So it could be that wedding dress that you were meant to be getting married in a couple of weeks, or that you got married in 3 years ago. It could be that dress suit that you'd bought that you've never gotten to wear, like what I'm wearing today. This hasn't even seen the light of day, except for today. And I came into work all dressed up in my finest dress suit. Looking smart, if I say so myself. All we want you to do is send us a photograph of you in your finest gear, and then we want you to donate. And this is all to raise money for our frontline heroes. And here in Dublin, we're raising money for St James's Hospital Foundation, Feed the Heroes, our two children's hospitals, the Mercy Hospital Foundation in Cork, Beaumont Hospital here in Dublin, and much more. Lots more. You can find out the full list if you go on to social. So take a photograph, send it to us to 0877 98 98 98, and then put it online, share it widely, and use the hashtag Formal Friday. Now, our Jeremy is actually on a day off today. But
you ready?
But you never get a day off in this job.
Okay, catch.
Sorry, hello? Hello?
Catch, go. How are you? Sorry, we're out playing Frisbee.
Oh, very good. Excellent. Okay, so you're on a day off today, but being dedicated to the cause, you still are taking part in Formal Friday. Now, tell me about yourself and your young fella, Luke.
First of all, it's very difficult to play Frisbee in a tuxedo. I just want to let you know. Go on, Luke, catch. I'm on the radio. We decided to take part, even though I'm on a day off. And I have to say, Adrian, I'm sure you've been looking through social media at the moment. It's so moving and touching, genuinely moving and touching to see so many people, not just the people that we work with. Obviously, everyone that works in 98FM and all our sister stations has taken part. That was always going to be a given. And they all look beautiful on social media. But to see everybody else, the population across the country taking part in this, it's just amazing, isn't it, how people have got onto it?
It really is. And Formal Friday, the hashtag Formal Friday is trending across all social media platforms, which is amazing. So describe to me, you're in a tuxedo, and your young fella Luke, I have to say, he looks very smart in his red blazer.
Luke, what are you wearing? What colour is that vest you're wearing?
White.
White, and what other colour? What colour is this?
Red.
And do you look very smart?
Yeah.
How beautiful do you look?
So beautiful.
So beautiful.
Well, tell him I said he looks very smart. He looks even smarter than his daddy.
Well, that wouldn't be hard. This tuxedo I'm wearing literally only gets worn at the Radio Awards every year, so this is its second outing. But we decided, we got dressed up this morning, got the tuxedos on, and because it's my day off, I have to get all the stuff done that I would normally get done. So I had to go around to Dunn's and do the shopping. So we went around both in our tuxedos to get the shopping done, and we got some. Now, in fairness, most people that saw us knew what it was all about, which is great. A couple of people in the aisles were saying, "Oh, they're doing Formal Friday," but we also got some very funny looks.
Yeah, I know. I got a strange look from a Garda this morning as I was coming into work, but I'm actually going to, when I'm finished here today, I'm going to go and do my shopping on the way home, and I'll be interested to see what looks I get. So, anyway. Are
you keeping it on all day? What's the rules? Do you have to keep it on?
Well,
all
I'm
day?
I'm going to keep it on all day. Yeah.
I'm sweltered. But see, I'm out playing sport here. I'm sweltered.
Good enough for you. Take more photographs of you playing Frisbee. Well done, Jeremy, on your day off, taking part in Formal Friday, which is what we want everybody to do.
Oh, Luke wants to give out the website actually to donate.
Oh, please,
what's the website?
98FM
/
donate.
Good boy.
Good lad, Luke. Well done. 98fm.com/donate is where you go if you want to donate a few bob. Jeremy, enjoy the rest of your day off. Thanks very much indeed.
Thanks, cheers.
Right, we have had some amazing photographs sent in to us. And I want to go to, where am I going now? Mary Francis, how are you?
Hello, I'm great. How's yourself?
I'm very good, thank you. Firstly, Mary Francis, you look very, very posh in your lovely dress.
Thank you very much indeed.
But secondly, you're in your gorgeous dress with lots of sequins on the front of it. It's very, very nice. But you have your Hoover in your hand.
That's right. I decided to enter into the spirit of today of Formal Friday, and I put the dress on. But the last time I wore it was last year, and since then I've lost quite a lot of weight, so I needed a clothes peg at the back of it.
I can't see the clothes peg. So you've really? So you had to put a clothes peg just to keep it tight into you because you've lost so much weight?
Yes.
Fair play. That is fantastic. Well done. You look really, really smart, I have to say. Don't forget to share your photograph on social media and use the hashtag Formal Friday.
I will indeed.
And well done, and thank you for taking part.
Thank you very much indeed. And very good luck to the fundraiser, because it's a fantastic thing to be doing.
Absolutely.
Such a mad time.
It is. It really is. And that's just making all the difference. And just to let you know, we've raised over €46,000 so far, which is amazing. So we want to keep that going. We want to keep that drive going for the rest of the day. Well done, Mary Francis. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you so much indeed. Thank you.
Good to talk to you.
Everybody.
Once again, take a photograph of yourself in your finery. Okay? Just get dressed up for the hell of it. We all like getting dressed up. So why not? A Friday in the middle of a pandemic. What better day to get dressed up? Formal Friday for our Frontline heroes, and we want you to donate even a couple of bob, whatever you can afford. Go to 98fm.com/donate, and that will bring you directly to a GoFundMe page for Formal Friday. Okay, so 98fm.com/donate. Please go to that page right now and donate whatever it is you can afford. Now, Maria.
Good morning.
Good morning, Maria. Maria, my favourite photograph today is your photograph. And describe, please, Maria, the photograph that you sent in to us.
We'll title it My 14-year-ago Gothic Fantasy for my dad.
Okay, so I hope we have your consent to share this photograph, because I just think it's amazing.
Yeah, of course. I love making a show of myself.
All right, because we can't even see your face, and the reason we can't see your face is you're wearing a gas mask.
Yep, World War II official gas mask.
Right, okay. And you have cleaning products in your hand, and you're wearing... Describe the dress to me.
Like I said, Gothic fantasy, black, purple, bows, crushed velvet, you name it, it's there.
Oh, this is my favourite photograph of the whole day. I really, really love it. And all being done for Formal Friday. So well done, Maria. It's a terrific photograph. We will share it widely across social media today. And sure, nobody can even see your face anyway.
Well, they know who I am now anyway.
And come here, you have glasses on and all underneath that gas mask.
Yeah, because other than that, I can't see what I'm doing. I couldn't see the phone to take the picture.
Brilliant. Well done, Maria. Thank you for taking part in Formal Friday. Anne-Marie. Hello, Anne-Marie. Welcome to 98FM.
Hi, Adrian.
Anne-Marie, you sent me a lovely photograph of Millie and Max, your two kids.
Yeah.
And they look lovely.
Thank you. They got all dressed up for homeschool this morning, but then they ditched school to have a disco.
They ditched school to have a disco?
Yeah.
And your daughter, Millie, that's a gorgeous dress she has on. How old is she?
Thank you. She's 9.
She's 9. Millie, you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
And then Max looks very, very smart in his shirt and his shorts and his T-shirt. He looks very, very smart. Anne-Marie, we're very grateful to you for getting involved and getting on board Formal Friday today. And Millie and Max, thanks very much indeed, both of you, for dressing up for us. You look really, really smart.
Oh, thanks. They were delighted. They have a lot of family in the Frontline workers, so they were thrilled to do it and take part.
That's brilliant. Well done. And thanks very much indeed for taking part, Anne-Marie.
Thank you.
And the two of you. We'll take another couple of calls. It's Formal Friday at 98FM. And what we're trying to do is to raise money all day today for our Frontline heroes. And it's been a huge success. If you're on social media at all and put in the hashtag Formal Friday, you will see that it is trending the length and breadth of Ireland. That's how many people are getting involved in this. Okay, so Formal Friday, and then take a photograph of yourself, put it on social media, and use the hashtag Formal Friday. As I said, it is trending here in Ireland right now. And now, where am I going? I am going to Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi, Adrian. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you, Sabrina. Now, you sent me a photograph of your daughter, Lily.
Yeah. Getting her schoolwork done.
Getting her schoolwork done, which is very important. Delighted to see that. But she's not wearing your average school uniform today. Tell me what she's wearing.
She's wearing her communion dress.
Look at this.
Veil and tiara and all.
The whole works.
The whole shebang.
And when was her communion?
It was last year.
It was last year.
We were lucky nothing was cancelled on us.
Oh, we're very... And it still fits her perfectly.
Well, not quite. The zip didn't go the whole way up, but she was grand wearing it.
But she'd never know. You would never, ever know. It looks very, very smart. It must have been mad for her to put on her communion dress today, was it?
She was delighted. It was a bit of buzz, a bit of excitement to break up the day for her.
Well, you tell Lily that she looks absolutely gorgeous in her communion dress, so well done to her for doing that and getting involved in Formal Friday. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks so much.
Thank you, Sabrina. Once again, if you would like to get involved in 98FM's Formal Friday, what we're asking you to do is just get dressed up in your finest gear. And then share your photographs on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, using the hashtag Formal Friday. Okay, using the hashtag Formal Friday. You can do that right throughout this afternoon. If you're having a few drinks this evening, get dressed up and use the hashtag Formal Friday. But the most important part about this is a major fundraiser by 98FM and our sister radio stations to support our Frontline heroes. So, like I said, take a photograph of you and your finery and put it up on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram using the hashtag Formal Friday. But more importantly, even if you're not going to get dressed up, we want you to donate, please. You go to 98fm.com/donate. And just let me give you an idea before I go today of where some of this money will go. St. James's Hospital Foundation. Also here in Dublin, Beaumont Hospital. We have our two children's hospitals at Temple Street and Crumlin, and also supporting Connolly Hospital. We're supporting Feed the Heroes. And around the country, University Hospital Limerick, Mercy Hospital Foundation in Cork and Cork University Hospital will all benefit from Formal Friday. So if you would like to donate, even if it's only a fiver, go to 98fm.com/donate. And that will bring you directly to the GoFundMe page that is supporting this cause. Okay, so you go to 98fm.com/donate. That'll bring you directly to the GoFundMe page where you can donate. And I'm looking at this, almost 47 grand raised so far. And it's not even midday today. So please get involved. Please donate. 98fm.com/donate. I'm off. Keep listening right throughout the afternoon here at 98FM. More news about Formal Friday. I'm off now to do my shopping. Dressed in my tuxedo and my bow tie and my crisp white shirt and my patent black shoes. It should be interesting to see the reaction that we get. Have a great Friday. Have a safe and happy weekend. And I'll talk to you again Monday morning at 10 a.m. Barry Dunn is next. In the next hour, he's got some great music lined up, like these.
Oh, I feel so sad. I
sound of the city from Coolock to Cabinteely. This is 98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.